Hey, welcome to our channel. Now to all the incoming students, we have a question for you.
So, have you applied for your student residence permit yet? No? Then let us help you.
In this video, we will lay out the step-by-step procedure to procure a residence permit as an international student. If you want to know more about this, then keep on watching.
But hold on, before moving on, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
A residence permit is a primary requirement to stay and study in the Netherlands.
In your initial period of college applications, you must have heard of three distinct terms: student visa, MVV, and residence permit. How are they different and what do they mean?
You will get your answers in this video, but don't forget, you can also read all about this on our blog.
We have divided the whole process of application into two phases. Those phases are pre-travel and post-travel. Now let's go through each of these phases one by one.
Pre-travel. This phase, as the name suggests, is initiated when you are in your own country.
In this phase, you apply for your student visa and MVV. We will soon clear the difference between these two terms.
So you apply for a university program, you happily receive the admit and you decide to travel to the Netherlands. Now here comes the steps.
Step 1, which is initiated not by you but by your university. And the condition to initiate this step varies according to each university. So for example, my university required me to pay my fees as well as provide proof of financial means, and Saurabh's university only required him to provide proof of financial means.
I did not have to pay this tuition fee to apply for a student visa. So after you fulfill these conditions, the university initiates the process at their end.
Step 2, the university collects visa fee. For us, the fee was around 171 euros. However, if you check the cost of the official Dutch website, which is linked below, the visa fee is now 174 euros.
So step 2 is pay the visa fee and notify the university.
Step 3, you have to fill out the visa form and submit it to the Immigration and Naturalization Service, also known as IND. The link will be provided by your university.
Step 4. While filling out the visa form, you are required to provide various documents. This list of documents varies from each country.
But usually you have to submit first a scanned copy of your valid passport. You will also have to scan all the stamped pages of your passport.
2. A self-signed antecedent certificate.
3. A self-signed TB statement.
4. Proof of financial means. This proof can be from your bank statement, which indicates that you have sufficient amount in your bank account to cover the expenses of at least a year.
Usually this amount is 10,800 euros, but don't worry, the university will mention this amount in their portal.
If you are applying for student loans to cover your expenses, then you can use the letter of loan approval, also known as a sanction letter, to showcase the proof of financial means.
Now keep in mind, this letter of approval should contain some essential information. You can find a checklist of these essential points on our blog.
Step 5. Once you submit your visa application with the IND, your university will be notified. Now please listen to this step very carefully. When submitting the visa form, the IND will verify all your documents.
The IND will either accept these or reject these. In any case, the IND will decide within 60 days. The IND will then notify the Dutch embassy in your country.
You will receive an email which indicates that the Dutch embassy has been notified and you can now make an appointment.
Step 6, you have to apply for a visa appointment with the Dutch embassy in your country.
You can do this by going to the government portal. Please remember that once the embassy has been notified, you have to make an appointment within 3 months.
So yeah, remember that. Now step 7, make an appointment and travel to the embassy. Do not forget to take your passport size photos and university acceptance letter.
When you reach the embassy, you will be given a time slot for your visa interview. In the interview, the Dutch representative will ask you basic questions about your background. He or she would want to take a look at your acceptance letter and will also take your biometrics. The representative will then ask you to submit your passport.
Step 8. Now there are two options after you have submitted your passport. The embassy will issue you the MVV within 24 hours.
Thus, you can either wait for one day and collect your passport with the stamp, or you can have your passport delivered at your place, which will take approximately 10 days.
Now please remember that this option will differ for every country. So for example, in India, we have two cities with Dutch embassies, Mumbai and Delhi.
Delhi is the primary city, so even if you appear for your interview at the Mumbai office, your passport will be sent to Delhi office to get stamped.
Thus, if you go to Mumbai for your visa, you will not get the stamped passport the very next day. We traveled to Delhi for our process and we had a stamped passport by the next evening.
Yeah. This is the last step of the pre-travel phase.
Step 9.
Now that you have your MVV, you can plan your journey to the Netherlands.
Oh wait, but we forgot to tell you the difference between student visa and MVV. So okay, here it comes.
A student visa is a generic term which is used to describe the special endorsement by the national government which allows you to study in a country.
MVV is a very specific term related just to the Netherlands. In the English language, MVV translates to a provisional residence permit, meaning when you receive the MVV, you are allowed to stay in the Netherlands for 90 days. 9 steps. That was a long phase, don't you think?
Okay, moving on to the next and last phase, that is post-travel phase.
Post-travel. In this phase, you will receive your residence permit, which unlike MVV will be valid for your complete study duration and not just for 90 days.
First step is to, of course, travel to the Netherlands and then register yourself with the local municipality.
We have talked at length about the importance of this step in our previous video. It is named 10 Housing Terms Explained. You can find a link to it in the description box below.
Second step is to wait to receive an email from your university which says that you can collect your residence permit from IND. You should receive this email in the first month of landing here.
In the email from the university, they will specify the date on which you have to collect your permit, or they will ask you to make an appointment for this.
Please show up at the IND and collect your resident permit.
Step 3. Yeah, hang on, it's not over yet. You still have to appear for a TB test if that is the requirement.
You will receive an email or a letter from the municipality or your university. This email or a letter which will specify a date at which you have to appear for the TB test.
Do not take this step lightly, as the Dutch government is very strict with these rules. They ardently follow these health regulations.
As mentioned in our previous video named 8 initial expenses in the Netherlands, which is linked down below, you have to pay a small fee for this test.
You can read all about these steps in our blog. We have made printable guides that will help you navigate each of these steps.
So make sure to check out our blog where you can download these guides. So you can also chat with us if you have any queries.
Until then, subscribe to our channel and please like and share this video. See you next time, guys.
Bye.